Hello, welcome to week 3 in small business management. This week we've got 2 assignments, form of organization and company goals. And I've actually got some articles for you to read. There's 2 articles to read, but also there is the Doing Business in Arkansas booklet from the Secretary of State's office. I have uploaded a link to that booklet, and that booklet goes with the form of organization assignment. This form of organization assignment, remember, let me back up. Remember, everything we're doing is building a business plan. As part of that, you've got to declare what your form of organization will be. Sole proprietor, LLC, corporation, nonprofit, whatever. A lot of us assume that we're going to be a sole proprietor because we're a one-man show. That's not necessarily the best way. In some cases it is. I'm not here to talk you out of it. I am here to tell you to do your homework if you've not done it already. So, the place that you actually declare your form of organization outside of you just being a sole proprietor and doing a DBA is the Secretary of State's office. And they post and publish a booklet. It's a small booklet, 10, 20 pages. Every year with how the laws operate for small businesses. It's got everything you need to know about filing fees, LLCs, the types of corporations, the requirements embedded if you open a corporation or an LLC or a partnership, or what if you're a nonprofit, here's what you got to do for that. It is the best booklet out there for businesses that are trying to open in the state of Arkansas. And I've got the link embedded both in the assignment and separately in the week 3 folder. Okay, so read that before doing your form of organization assignment. You really need to pay attention to sections 2, 3, and 5. Read the whole book again. It's only 20 pages-ish, okay? Then go back and pay attention really to sections 2, 3, and 5. If you plan on being a corporation of any type, you also need to add in a redo of sections 4, 7, and 8. So, there are advantages and disadvantages of every type. Depending on the industry that you're in, the type of business that you have, how many employees, how many owners, you get the point. Declare, for the assignment, you're declaring what form of organization you are going to be and why. And then you're going to tell 3 reasons why this one is the correct one for you. 2 to 3 paragraphs are enough. I don't need 2 or 3 pages. 2 or 3 paragraphs are enough. In the business plan that you're going to turn at the very end, you're just going to put the declaration of your form of org on there. For this assignment, though, I want you to be able to reason out why you're picking that one. So you're going to declare it, and then below it, 2 or 3 paragraphs of defending your answer. I'm not going to tell you your answer's wrong, but I am going to need you to defend it. I need you to be able to reason out why that's the best one for you. And so that's the first assignment. The second one is company goals. I'm going to ask you to come up with 3 goals for your company and discuss them briefly. Label the goal, follow that up with a brief description, and state the timeline to complete it. So it could be 1, 3, 5, 10 years, something like that. I'm not coming up with your timeline, but I don't necessarily think it needs to be week 1, week 2, week 3. It could be 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. It could be 6 months, but just keep in mind. If you want an easy way to do it, within a year, you want to be at, goal for this year, goal for the next 3 years, goal for 5 years, if you want to do that. Think realistically, but also think futuristically. I don't want your goal to simply be, I want to make a profit. Of course you do, otherwise you wouldn't be in business. Find your objectives. Figure out what the goals really need to be. Make sure they're measurable. Don't put a theoretical goal in. I want to increase sales. In some capacity, that's measurable. But you increasing sales from 2023 to 2024 by 3 cents, that's an increase, but did you really meet your goal? Maybe. Make them realistic, but make them measurable. If I could ask for anything, make them measurable. There are 2 articles on how to set business and company goals. Read those before doing that assignment. Last week we did mission statement and business descriptions. I'm working through grading those now. And by working through them, I mean I'm fixing to start. If I haven't already by the time you've watched this video. I will likely have some feedback for your mission statement. So make sure you're paying attention to that. If you're not familiar with Blackboard, make sure that you're checking the gradebook for the feedback I'm giving you, because especially in this class, most of these assignments that we're doing, you're actually going to do them 3 times in total. So for example, last week we did our mission statement and our business description. Once we have finished all of weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4, we will then take all of those assignments in those first 4 weeks and compile them into the company section of your business plan. A business plan can be broken down into a variety of areas, and I think of, kind of a company, marketing, financials, you get the point. So the first 4 weeks we're talking about you and your company is what we're talking about. And so at the end of the 4 weeks, I will have graded everything once, and I'm going to tell you to compile it, all of those, take the feedback I've given you, compile those into one document, and that's the beginning of us building our business plan. It's one whole section. So you'll turn that in. I'll grade it again and give some feedback. So make sure you're checking the grade book every time I grade something. If I put a good job or a thumbs up or something like that, leave it alone, don't touch it. If I type anything other than that, chances are I'm asking you to change something. Hey, I'd edit this, or move that, or change this, or what do you think about this, or whatever. Mission statements is usually kind of the first one that I really start giving a lot of feedback, because some of us sometimes get confused on what a mission statement actually is, and so I'm going to ask you to edit and write it again. I may say, hey, what if you did it this way? And me take the words that you created and move them around a little bit. What if you said it this way instead? So I'm going to be giving feedback on mission statements. Keep that in mind. This is not I'm telling you did it wrong. That's not what this is. This is at the end of our time together this semester, I legit want you to be able to sit in front of an investor or a loan officer or a something and them read it and fully understand what it is that you're trying to do. So I want each section to be the best that it absolutely can be. All right, so you've got a couple of articles to read. You really need to read that Doing Business in Arkansas booklet. If you come across something that's called fictitious name, it's a certificate, a form, a piece of paper that you get in the county clerk's office. For those of us that are sole proprietors and DBAs, you do all of that in the county clerk's office. That is not for LLCs and corporations and, hear me, that's the Secretary of State's office. If you are a simple sole proprietor and a DBA, there is a form in the county clerk's office called fictitious name certificate. And what that is you as a human with this social security number opening a business using a social security number, doing business as April Hearn, doing business as April Hearn's Cleaning Service. It allows you legally, should you want to, use your social security number in place of that business. That form, you can also put an EIN on there. I'm not telling you have to use your social security number. Either way, if you're a sole proprietor doing a DBA, you do that in the county clerk's office. But that form, once signed and stamped by the county clerk, can be taken to any bank and you can open a business bank account with it. You don't need any more forms or anything else unless you happen to live in a city or a county that requires a business license. Most of them don't in the state of Arkansas. Some do, some don't. I'm leaving you to do your due diligence on where you live. But make sure you're reading that booklet, because that will help you on your decisions of form of organization if those haven't been filled out yet already. All right, so week 3, everything's due. And in week 3, you're reading the booklet, you're reading the 2 articles, and you've got 2 assignments, form of org and So many goals. If you need me, holler, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.